All right, welcome back to Tyler, Texas. We're at Mike Carter Field for Game 2. This is a scheduled 9-inning ball game. Dr. John Groth with you on the play-by-play. Let's go through the lineups as quick as we can here. As Cedar Valley ended up winning that first ball game 4-2. And leading off for the Suns is Chandler Boyd. He's playing short in this game. Billy Rogers back in center, batting second. Right fielder Jose Castillo batting third. First baseman Grant Moore bats fourth. Left fielder Isaiah Diermeyer bats fifth. Hugo Garcia is catching this game. He'll bat sixth. Seth Sencio playing second base and batting seventh. Hunter Potts is the DH in the 8th spot. And Jamison Totten at third base batting ninth. On the mound for the Suns, Aaron Salazar. Defensively for the Apaches, out and left, it's Eric Owen, Jacob Johnson in center, Fiver Trimble back and right. Infield is the same. It's Heath Hood at third, Jacoby Bogue at short, Seth Ballinger at second, Michael Morissette at first. Back behind the plate, new catcher Josh Jenkins, and on the mound, right-handed sophomore from Conroe Oak Ridge, Jacob Blatney. Blatney gets the start here in the 9-inning ball game as Apaches trying to rebound from their first home. I guess it wasn't their first home. They lost to Frank Phillips. So their first pitch is in there at 6:31, and we're underway. Called a strike. So Blatney gets the nod here in the nightcap, and Jenkins behind the plate. For Jacob Blatney, he's 1-0 with a 2.63 ERA. This is his 4th appearance. They all have been as a starter. 13 2/3, 22 strikeouts, and 10 walks. Pop-up left field, Eric Owen, and now this is Bogue under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. F6 if you're scoring at the house. Glad you're with us for Game 2. Cedar Valley getting their 4th win of the year against 2 losses in the opener. Apaches dropped just their 2nd game of the season. They're 11-2 now after the Game 1 loss. So Blatney gets the first out. Stepping in is center fielder Billy Rogers. He had a nice ball game in the opener. Made a lot of good defensive plays. He swings at a ball in the dirt, strike 1. I think we figured out he handled 8 balls in that first game in center field. A number of them were line drives off the bat of the Apaches, but we made all the plays. 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Just getting started here. Blatney still got the perfect game after 1 hitter. The pitch. The ball's well hit into right field corner. There goes the no-hitter. There goes the perfect game. Single to right. And there's one aboard, and that'll bring up Jose Castillo. Castillo was a DH in the opener, 2 for 4 in that game, scored a run, and had an RBI. So top of that Sun lineup, very productive. Those first four guys in the lineup for Coach Daly, really nice job in the 4-2 Game 1 victory. Coach Daly, in his 13th year as the head coach of the Suns. First pitch was fouled off. 0-1 on Jose Castillo. Fouled off at home plate. Count stays at no balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Blatney, that's way high and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, both teams used 2 pitchers in the opening game, so both should have plenty available for this one. Game time temperature was 47 degrees. First pitch was at 6:31. And we're actually, as strange as it sounds, we're supposed to get a little warmer as this game progresses. That ball's hammered to right, but it's right at Fiver Trimble. He'll try to throw behind the runner, but Rogers will get back in time. That's an L9 off the bat of Castillo. We saw a lot of those kind of balls off the bats of the Apaches in Game 1. But Castillo lines out to Trimble in right field. Here's Grant Moore now the first time against Jacob Blatney. Moore was 1 for 3 in Game 1, struck out twice and singled to center. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Well, we might hang out at 47 here. That's what the Weather Channel's saying, so we may not get any warmer than this. We'll have to keep an eye on it. East wind at 5 miles an hour, so that's just a little bit of a breeze coming in our face from left center field. Ball slips away from Josh Jenkins, but he scampers on it and keeps Rogers at first base. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. We're in the top of the first, just getting started. Game 2 of the doubleheader. Cedar Valley extended their winning streak to 3 ball games by winning that first one today. In the dirt, nice job by Jenkins to block that pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jacob Blatney going from the stretch. The pitch. In the dirt. Another block by Jenkins. And we're all even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuce is wild on the board here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the top of the first. Still scoreless. Cedar Valley won Game 1, 4-2. Runner moving on the pitch. Foul ball down the third base line. Coach got the jacket on here for Game 2. Third base coach. First base coach got the hoodie. They are not coordinated between the first and third base coaches. The Apaches, on the other hand, you got Coach Hunter and Coach Tyler Abney, who did the pregame interview for the first game. Swing and a miss, and that's your inning. Blatney gets his first strikeout of the night, and the 1-out single by Billy Rogers is stranded. We'll come back with the Apaches' first inning in just a minute. All right, let's bring it back a little bit early and go through the Apache lineup here, and we'll set the defense for Cedar Valley as well. Leading off is the center fielder, Jacob Johnson. Batting second, left fielder, Eric Owen. Batting third, first baseman, Michael Morissette. Fiver Trimble moves up into the cleanup spot here in Game 2. Seth Ballinger will bat fifth. Jason Ballou, the DH, will bat sixth. Heath Hood plays third, and he'll bat seventh. Josh Jenkins catching, he'll bat eighth. And Jacoby Bogue in the 9th spot at shortstop. Defensively for the Cedar Valley Suns, who are now 4-2 on the year. They're led by 13th-year head coach Robert Daly. Out in left field, Isaiah Diermeyer. Billy Rogers back in center. Jose Castillo goes from DH to right field. Jamison Totten will get the nod at third base here in Game 2. Chandler Boyd moves from second to short for the nightcap. Seth Inocencia is playing second base. Grant Moore back at first. Hugo Garcia will catch for the Suns. And on the mound, right-handed freshman from Frisco Heritage High School, 6'2" and 195, Aaron Salazar. Salazar on the mound for the Suns. For Aaron Salazar, outing number 3 of the year. He is 0-1. 0-1 with a 6.75 ERA. This is his second start of the season. He's thrown 4 innings, struck out 3 and walked 1. So Salazar gets the start. For the Cedar Valley Suns, taking a few extra warm-up tosses. A little chilly out tonight. Sometimes the umpires will allow that. Here's Jacob Johnson for the first time here in the nightcap. Johnson, the left-handed batting center fielder from Bullard. Johnson was 0 for 3 in the opener. Grounded out twice, struck out, and walked. First pitch missed. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Outside corner, called a strike. Here's the 1-1. Big hack by Johnson, fouls it off. Well, the playoff scenario is totally different this year than it ever has been for the Apaches. There'll be 2 4-team double elimination tournaments at the end of this season among the 8 Division III junior colleges in this district. Actually, high fly ball that's well foul, and Johnson stays alive at 1-2. So you have 2 4-team double elimination tournaments. The winner of both of those 4-team brackets will play off the next weekend in a 2-out-of-3 format. So it's a regional, super regional type of setup, just like that's actually identical to the NC2A Division I schools. So I kind of like the format. One thing I don't like about it is that the World Series, and it'd be nice if they changed that format, but I don't think they're going to do that anytime real soon. 8 teams go to that World Series Division III, so it's an 8-team true double bracket. So that can be a long week of baseball. And by changing the format here in our District C, that's going to shorten the playoff run. So I have mixed feelings about the new playoff. I like the format, but I don't know if it's going to prepare whoever comes out of there quite as well as the old way. Fly ball to center field, and Johnson is out here in the first inning. Here's Eric Owen for the first time. Owen, the sophomore from White Oak, steps in. Facing Aaron Salazar. Salazar, a freshman from Frisco. That's over in the Dallas area, North Dallas. Went to Heritage High School. First pitch was in there. Swing and a miss. It's quickly 0-2. So you got a couple of new faces in that Cedar Valley lineup. Castillo has moved from DH to right field. Garcia now behind the plate. 0-2 pitch, high. Inocencio is at second base. Potts is the DH. And Totten over at third. So you got 4 new guys in the lineup for Coach Robert Daly. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Eric Owen. 2-2 pitch off the plate. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, let's just see here. Yeah, our coaches are staying with the hoodies for now. Actually, it looks like Tyler Abney's gone to the bigger jacket here for game 2. And Owen draws the 1-out walk. First walk of the game for Aaron Salazar, and that will bring up Michael Morissette. Morissette in game 1 was 0 for 3, where you just didn't get a whole lot of offense on the Apaches for most of that game. Ball gets away, and boy, I think I'm going to give that error to the first baseman. Looked like a pretty good throw. I don't know if he had to reach across. If he had to reach across the runner, it's an E1. If he didn't, it's an E3. Not sure. What do you guys think? Okay, so we're going to give the error to the pitcher on that. E1. As Owen scampers down to second base. Probably a good call there. It just looked like the first baseman, Grant Moore, had to come across the runner, and in doing so, the ball got away. Salazar, and I think he hit him. No, ball gets away, and Morissette's going to stay in there. Evidently, it just missed him. And a wild pitch is going to take Owen to third base. So now you got runner at third, only 1 out. Well hit into the right field corner. That could go all the way to the fence, and it's going to. 1-0 Apaches. Morissette going for second. He'll stay there. A 1-out double gives the Apaches an early 1-0 lead. Mike Morissette liked that and put a good swing on it. Morissette, his 4th double of the year to right field, and that'll bring up Fiver Trimble. Now Morissette with 11 RBIs. He's the 5th Apache with 11 RBIs. You talk about evenly distributed offense. That's ridiculous. 5 different Apaches with 11 RBIs. Here's Fiver now. First pitch was low, ball 1. Apaches did not get offense early last game and got offense, hardly any offense. Pop up right side, and that's going to get out of play into the bleachers. Next pitch to Fiver in the dirt. 3-1 to Trimble. Trimble moved up from the 6th spot to the 4 spot. Game 1, Fiver was 1 for 3. Next pitch in there, called a strike. 3-2. I don't know if Fiver is mad he didn't swing at it or mad it was called a strike. He stepped out in frustration. 3-2 with 1 out. Morissette's at second. Salazar checks the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Fiver's down. Swinging first strikeout of the ball game for Salazar. And that'll bring up Seth Ballinger, the second baseman. Seth Ballinger in game 1, 0 for 2. Fly ball to center, pop up to short, and a walk. Ballinger, the second baseman from Carthage. First pitch missed inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Salazar, the 1-0. In there, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. Good job by Garcia. Blocking that pitch, picking it out of the turf. 2 balls, 1 strike. We're at Tyler's Mike Carter Field. It's about a mile inside the West Loop. Ball's going to miss high. 3 balls and a strike, so Salazar a bit erratic here out of the stretch. He walked Owen, and he's 1 pitch away from walking Ballinger. Here's the pitch. And he does. Ball was way inside. Second walk of the inning. Here's the 6th bat of the inning, Jason Ballou. Jason Ballou steps in. First pitch just missed a little bit high. 1-0. Ballou was 0 for 2 in the opener. A couple of strikeouts and a walk. .10 pitch well off the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. .20 pitch. Big hack by Ballou. And cannot make contact. Owen walked with 1 out. He reached second on an errant pickoff, and then Morissette doubled him in. That's where we stand. It's 1-0. You have 2 Apaches on base now with 2 outs and a 2-2 count on Jason Ballou. Aaron Salazar, the freshman from Frisco Heritage, working here in inning number 1. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 on the breaking pitch. And a nice job by Salazar to limit the damage. Strikes out his second batter of the inning. He faces 6 Apaches, but he does give up 1 run. The Apaches get 1 run on 1 hit. They leave 2 on. We'll go to the second inning. This is a 9. It's 1-0 Apaches. 5, 6, and 7 for the Cedar Valley Suns. That ball's well hit to center. Johnson going back on the warning track, makes the catch. Boy, Isaiah Dearmer, or Dearmeyer, excuse me, put a charge in that ball. F8 if you're scoring at the house. Johnson had to get on his horse, caught that right in front of the 370 sign. So there's 1 up and 1 down. Here's the catcher, Hugo Garcia, first at bat of the day for Garcia. Did not play in game 1. Swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. Garcia, a sophomore from Mexico City, Mexico. Little tapper to third base that's going to go foul. Heath Hood made the play, but ball was about a foot to the left of the third base bag. Garcia catching here in game 2. 5'11", 180 from Mexico City, Mexico. No balls, 2 strikes. Blatney, the pitch. Boy, that's way up there. And it's 1-2. Blatney threw 17 pitches in his first inning of work. Pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch misses. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Well, we've just heard from Miss Owenga, watching the second game from Overton again. Hoping the Apaches can win this second ball game. And there's a ball, and it's a 1-out walk to Hugo Garcia. First walk of the game for Jacob Blatney. That's going to bring up Seth Inocencia. So with 1 out and 1 aboard, Blatney going from the stretch now. Cedar Valley trying to work from behind for the first time today. They led the whole way in game 1. Final was 4-2. But they jumped out in the very first inning of that game and never relinquished the lead. Apaches threatened in the 7th, but 2 runs was as close as they could get. Apaches, it was 4-0 after 3, and the Apaches had a single run in the 5th and a single run in the bottom of the 7th. They did bring the tying run to the plate at the end, but couldn't do anything. Boy, that was really close. Mike Marset thought he had an out there. As Garcia, the catcher, was a little late in reacting to that pickoff by Blatney. Inocencia, 1 ball, 1 strike. He did not play in game 1 either. Seth Inocencia. Here comes the 1-1 from Blatney. Misses inside, 2-1. Well, we'll bring you up to speed here between innings on some of the scores from around Region 14 and Region 5. Pitch is off the plate, 3-1. We've got all kinds of junior college baseball action around the region. We'll give you some finals here as we get them on the scoreboard. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Big hack right there by Inocencio. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. You might see Garcia take off here. They have loved to send runners in these kind of situations. Very short lead, not going. Strike 3 called. Strikeout number 2 for Blatney. And that'll bring up Hunter Potts, the DH. Hunter Potts did not bat in game 1. And he'll get his first plate appearance of the day right here. Blatney comes set, the pitch. Misses inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Blatney with a 1-0 count. It's called a strike, 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Hunter Potts. Two outs and 1 aboard. Garcia walked with 1 out. Inocencio just struck out. There goes the runner. Ball in the dirt, throw to second. Not in time. He'll hold the bag. Almost slipped off the bag, but just reached back in time. Ballinger tried to put the tag on the hand, hoping it had slipped off second, but it did not. So count will be 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That'll be a stolen base for the catcher, Hugo Garcia. Suns now with the tying run scoring position. Now time's called by Potts as Blatney and catcher Josh Jenkins try to get on the same page. Little delay here. And the communication from the dugout. Jenkins needed that sign given to him a second time from the dugout, and that's what's causing the delay here. And there's the 7-0-3 right on time. Swing and a miss. Jenkins going to step in and throw him out, and he does so for the final out of the inning. A couple of strikeouts to end the inning for Blatney, numbers 2 and 3 of the ball game. And the runner is stranded at second. We'll head to the bottom half of inning number 2. The Apaches hold on to a 1-0 lead. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. All right, let's give you some scores from around Region 14. Howard College and Blinn are going at it. Don't have a score on that one. Navarro, McLennan playing. Don't have a score on that. LSU Eunice beats Coastal Bend 10-2 today. Galveston and Grayson, no score on that one. Hill and Paris playing each other today. El Paso and Laredo playing. Monroe College 11, Alvin 14. Angelina and Weatherford doing battle. Lorton County and Temple playing, and then Hutchinson Community College out of Kansas defeats Northeast Texas Community College by a score of 6-3. Monroe loses to Alvin in their first game, 12-10. And let's see, Panola beats Kaskaskia College 8-0. So those are some of the scores so far posted in Region 14. A lot of them not posting any scores quite yet. We'll see if we can pull up some of the scores from Region 5 here in a moment. Back at baseball, second inning. This is 7-8-9 for the Apaches. Heath Hood. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Aaron Salazar back on the mound for the Suns. Apaches lead this ball game 1-0. We're in the bottom of inning number 2. Scheduled 9-inning game here. Second game of the doubleheader. Wind up in the pitch. Look out, hit the bull. Boy, that went over the padding. That hit the net. Two balls and no strikes now to Heath Hood. Be Hood, Jenkins, and Bogue scheduled to hit for the Apaches. That ball's roped down the left field line, but foul. Goes right into that portable batting cage that is used for on-the-field BP. Two-one pitch. Another high one, and Salazar having a little trouble with that off-speed. Well, we might see a little more of a Johnny Holstaff approach from Coach Daly here in Game 2. He said he was going to do that, but not so much in the first game. Pop-up, shallow center field, and now it's a second baseman traveling back. That's Inocencio, and he'll squeeze it for out number one. F4. That's pretty deep for, I don't know if I've seen a second baseman go out that far. He really went out there. So here's Josh Jenkins for the first time today. Did not play in Game 1. Heath Hood was 1 for 3 in Game 1. He's now 0 for 1 after the pop-up. First pitch is a fastball that misses outside, ball 1. The 1-0. Big hack there by Jenkins. Can't connect. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch. Hit to the shortstop. Tried to make the play and couldn't quite glove it. I don't know. Man, I don't know. The coach in me says it's an error, but he had to leave his feet, or at least he thought he had to leave his feet, so. Probably going to be a hit on that one. Off the bat, it looked like it was going to get over his head. Jenkins hit the ball with some authority, but shortstop Chandler Boyd, he jumped up and probably didn't have to jump, and the ball glanced off his glove, so. Going to give him a hit on that. And that'll bring up Jacoby Bogue for the first time. Bogue in Game 1, 1 for 3. Had an RBI double in that 7th. The Apaches tried to rally from behind. They got down to their last strike twice in Game 1, and pinch hitter Nick Willoughby doubled to left, and then Jacoby Bogue with 2 strikes did the same thing. That's as far as they would go as Jacob Johnson grounded out to second base to end the ball game. I guess the good news was they didn't go quietly. They had the tying run at the plate and actually scored a run in the 7th. 1-1 pitch. That's going to miss. 2 balls and a strike. I always liked it when my clubs would finish a game like that, especially on doubleheader day, where about 30 minutes later they're going to have to tee it up. Well, this could be a hit-and-run scenario here. 2-1 is a positive count for the hitter. We'll see if Coach Wren dials anything up. Not going. Line drive into left, base hit. So Bogue with his second hit of the day and the second hit of the inning. 2 on, 1 out, top of the order, Jacob Johnson, second time. Flew out to center field his first time up, 0 for 1 in this one. Johnson on the year, .412 average. He's got 7 doubles, 5 RBI on the year. Salazar checking that runner at second. The pitch misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Apaches now 1 run on 3 hits. Cedar Valley no runs on 1 hit. One 1-0 to leadoff hitter Jacob Johnson. The pitch. Called a strike. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Good block by Garcia. Keeps everybody where they're at. 2-1 now on Jacob Johnson. Jenkins is the lead runner at second base. He's the catcher. And Jacoby Bogue at first. At a positive count here for Jacob Johnson. See if he can do anything with it. Here's the pitch. Runner's moving. Throw to third. And I was thinking the same thing. I was wondering if you're going to move these runners. And sure enough, Coach Wren, double steal in effect there. And they both are safe. So now you got 2 runners in scoring position and a 3-1 count on Johnson. And Johnson reaches. It's Eric Owen next. Salazar checks the runners. The pitch. Big hack there and could not connect. And it's a full count on Jacob Johnson. A little bit of an off day for Johnson so far. Still looking for his first hit. 3-2. Little nubber and can't make the play. That's going to be an error right there. Johnson will hit a little looper, and I don't know if it's going to be an E6 or an E5, but it's an E somewhere. That ball easily should have been caught. Jenkins came home to score. I'm going to give an error on the shortstop. And Bogue goes to third base. And Johnson is safe at first. So it's 2-0 Apaches. Hit it off the end of the bat. And just a little light liner. And the problem was that they both converged at the same spot at the same time. There goes Johnson to second, and they're going to call it a strike. And I guess it's because Owen kept the bat out there. Sure didn't look like a strike. Garcia stood up. But Johnson will get a stolen base by running to second. So it's second and third, still only 1 out. Owen walked and scored back in the first. Fastball away. 1 out. Johnson at second. Jacoby Bogue down at third. And Eric Owen at the plate. Owen, 400 average on the year. Little tapper right back in the mound. You throw it to home, and you're going to be out at home. Well, I'm not sure about that. Probably. Generally, what you tell your runners over there is you're going to go down angles, except back to the mound. And unfortunately, Bogue runs into an out. 1-2. Johnson goes to third. Owen will reach on the fielder's choice. And here's Michael Morissette, first and third. 2 outs. Salazar from the stretch. Line drive, right field, base hit. Morissette an RBI single. It's 3-0 Apaches. So, boy, it's sure good to see Mike Morissette starting to heat up. 2 for 2 with 2 RBI. Johnson scores the third run of the ball game for the Apaches. And up steps Fiver Trimble. Struck out swinging his first time up. Owen at second, Morissette at first. Salazar trying to navigate the second inning here. He's given up 2 runs so far on 3 hits. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fly ball, center field. This should do it. Billy Rogers camping under it, makes the play for the final out. F8 if you're scoring at the house, but the Apaches get 2 runs on 3 hits, leave a couple guys on. We'll head to the 3rd inning. Your new score for Mike Carter Field in Tyler, Texas. Tyler 3 and Cedar Valley 0. Nine, 1, and 2 for Cedar Valley here in the top of the 3rd inning. This is Jamison Totten for the first time today. He did not play in game 1. First pitch is in there, strike 1. This is Blatney back on the mound. That was pitch number 39 for Jacob. 0-1. Quickly ahead 0-2 on 3rd baseman Jamison Totten. Fastball misses up and away. Apaches 3 runs on 3 hits. Cedar Valley no runs on 1 hit. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, got him. 4th strikeout for Jacob Blatney. That'll roll it back to the top of the lineup. Chandler Boyd popped up to short his first time up, 0 for 1. Boyd had a really nice game 1. 2 doubles, scored twice. Big part of the offensive push by the Suns in a 4-2 win. Called a strike. That might be as wide as we've seen Mr. Umpire go off the plate. Boyd didn't like the call. Here's the 0-1. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. 1 ball, 1 strike. Check swing. Called a strike. So we've seen Blatney go out. We've seen him come in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wind up in the pitch. Foul tip. I don't know how he got a piece of that. Barely did get a piece of it. Count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball to short, and actually it's going to be Hood at 3rd, cutting it off, and nice play by Michael Morissette. Big stretch by the big fella, and also a great pick. Heath Hood came across and cut that ball off from Bogue at short and had to throw on the run, and Morissette with the big stretch and also the pick at first base. Nicely done by Michael Morissette. So it's a 5-3 if you're scoring at the house. Here's center fielder Billy Rogers. First pitch misses, 1-0. Rogers base hit to right his first time up. The 1-0 pitch, line drive right at Bogue at short, and it's a 1-2-3 3rd inning. on the L6. As we go to the bottom half of the third inning, the Apaches 3 and the Cedar Valley Suns 0. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Welcome back to Tyler. Jesus Fraga is the new pitcher for the Cedar Valley Suns. Fraga, 5'7", 175 from Ennis, Texas, will take over here in inning number 3 for Aaron Salazar. Pretty good job by Salazar, the freshman from Frisco Heritage, now out of the ball game. First pitch swung on and missed by Seth Ballinger. It's 0-1. So Fraga will take over. This is his third outing of the year. He's 1-0 on the season. Next pitch misses. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-0 with a 3.60 ERA in his third appearance. 5 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks for Jesus Fraga. Here's the 1-1 to Ballinger, and that'll miss low, 2-1. Fraga, a sophomore out of Ennis. The 2-1 pitch, called a strike. It's 2-2. Seth Ballinger, second at bat of the ball game. He walked his first time up. He was 0 for 2 in game 1. He also had a walk in that first game. Ballinger came in to this ball game batting an even 500. Fly ball left field. This is it going to stay fair? It is. And drifting over to make the catch is Diermeyer. And there's 1 out. F7 if you're scoring at the house. Here's Jason Ballou now for the second time. He took a third strike to end the first inning. So he's 0 for 1 in this one. Ballou, 294 on the year. 10 out of 34. 11 runs scored. 4 doubles, a couple of homers, and 11 RBIs. He's one of 5 Apaches with 11 RBIs at the moment. Really an odd factoid in the stat sheet. Big hack by Ballou. Swings through the off speed. It's 0-1. 3 runs on 3 hits for the Apaches. No runs on 1 hit for the Cedar Valley Suns. Misses inside. We're even at 1-1. The 4-2 win in game 1 took the Suns' record to 4-2 on the year. Apaches dropped to 11-2. The 1-1. Breaking pitch. Catches the inside corner, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, it looks like next pitch is going to be low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Heath Hood waits on deck for the Apaches. 1 out, nobody aboard. Bottom of the 3rd. Jesus Fraga, the windup and the pitch. Big hack again. Ballou is down on strikes. Second strikeout in as many at-bats for Jason Ballou. First strikeout for Jesus Fraga. It's the 3rd strikeout for the Apache batters. 2 up and 2 down in the inning. Here's Heath Hood now for the 2nd time. Popped up to second base his first time up. Heath Hood came into the ballgame batting .250. Meisner out of the lineup for the present with an injury, as is Cade Watson. So a couple of guys getting some opportunities here in the early going. First pitch to Hood. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Well, I'm joined up here by former Apache manager Andrew Hamilton. The trainer. Support staff. How's that? Ball in the dirt. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. What years were you here?
I was here 95, 96.
That is way back.
Way back.
I was hired to start the program in '93, so about the third season in, something like that. Swing and a miss. He's got a retro hat on. I like to see that. The white cap. Apache's wearing their white paneled hat today. Got the yellow bill with the black backing. Black tops with the yellow trim and the pinstripe pants tonight. Look out. Almost got him. Counts even at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Heath Hood. Josh Jenkins waits on deck for the Apaches. 2 outs, nobody aboard. The pitch. Pop up right side of the field. Is it going to stay in play? And just drifts just outside the ballpark and into that bullpen area. Count will stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. Definitely a chill in the air this evening. Game time temperature was 47. I don't know if we're moving from there. Fraga has his sign. Here's the 2-2. Strike 3 call. Little delay on the call by Mr. Umpire. But the second strikeout of the inning and the 4th strikeout of Apache batters. The Apaches go in order here in the 3rd. As we head to the top of the 4th, your score remains Tyler Junior College 3 and Cedar Valley 0. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. Dr. John Groth on the play-by-play. We're in the 4th inning now. 9-inning ball game here in Game 2 of the the doubleheader. Stepping in for the Suns. And let's see here. Do we have a pinch hitter? No, wrong side. This is Castillo for the 2nd time. He lined out to right his first time up, 0 for 1. Had a nice ball game, couple of singles in game 1, RBI and a run scored for Castillo. He's out and right here in this one. And he's got a 2-0 pitch to look at from starter Jacob Blatney. Pitch number 52, lined into left, base hit for Castillo. Having a nice day at the ballpark here is Jose Castillo. It's his third hit in 2 games. Kind of fought that one off inside out a little bit the other way. So the leadoff runner aboard for Cedar Valley. Here's Grant Moore now. He struck out swinging to end inning number 1. He's 0 for 1 in this one. Breaking pitch, inside corner, strike 1. Moore came into the doubleheader batting .083. He was 1 for 12 coming into the doubleheader. He did get a single in the first game. Next pitch is going to miss. No balls and a strike. 3-0 Apaches. We're in the top of the 4th. Castillo with the average lead over there. There's a bunt attempt. We heard Coach Daly on the pregame interview talk about this as just trying to score 1 run an inning. And probably one of the few coaches that will stay with the small ball approach. Everybody likes the 3-run homer these days. Don't mind striking out. Personally not a huge fan of that, but seems to be where the game is going. Time was called right before the pitch was delivered by Blatney. So that's a no pitch right there. 1-2 with nobody out. Castillo has singled. He's at first. Blatney comes set, the 1-2. Look out! I think it got him. And it did. Right off the arm. And now you got 2 runners aboard, nobody out for Isaiah Deermeyer. Deermeyer, first time up. F8 is first time up. Deermeyer was 0 for 3 in the opener. On the year, came into the doubleheader with a .455 average. Got a number of guys with really high numbers in their first 5 ball games. First pitch from Blatney, well hit to right center field. Fiver on his horse, and he will not get it. It's going to one-hop the fence. 1 run's being sent around. The second runner will be held, and the Suns are on the board. RBI double for Isaiah Deermeyer. Boy, he mashed that thing. RBI double. Off the bat, you thought Moore might have a chance to score, but third base coach held him up. Probably a good decision. Still nobody out. And here's Hugo Garcia for the second time. Garcia walked his first time up. And now we're going to get a visit from Coach Rippenthal out of the Apache dugout. Garcia comes in, still looking for his first hit of the season. Does not have an official at bat in this game. He walked his first time up. Coming into the doubleheader, Hugo Garcia was 0 for 5. So Coach Rippenthal just out there slowing things down a little bit for Jacob Blatney, who up to this point has been very solid. Mr. Umpire taking that long, slow walk and going to break up the rock pile here. You don't have any kind of activity down in that Apache bullpen yet, so you might see somebody start getting loose here now, but Coach Rupp taking the slow walk back to the dugout. Nobody out, second and third for Garcia. Cedar Valley now with the tying runs in scoring position. We're at the 6th spot in the Cedar Valley lineup. Now Garcia is going to ask for time. Blatney comes set, the pitch. Breaking pitch. Nice job there by Jenkins. If he doesn't block that, it's another run. 1-0 to Garcia. Blatney with the pitch. Big hack right there. Swings through it. 1-1. Now we saw Cedar Valley jump out early in game 1 and hold on 4-2. Now they're coming from behind here. Still got a lot of baseball in front of us. This is a 9-inning game. The Suns will travel to Richland on Wednesday. In their next ball game, the Apaches go to Angelina on Monday. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Garcia swings through an off-speed pitch. Inocencio would be next for the Suns. The 1-2. Ground ball to third base side, foul. Inocencio batting, well, he's 2 for 3 on the year coming into the doubleheader. He's actually got technically the highest average on the team, 667, 2 for 3 in limited action. This is just his second ball game of the year in game number 7 for Cedar Valley. Got their first road win of the year in game 1 today. Blatney now comes set and time call. This is a back and forth game we're playing here between Garcia and Jacob Blatney. Blatney comes set, the 1-2. Strike 3 called. Boy, he just froze him on a fastball. Garcia could not pull the trigger. Strikeout number 5 for Jacob Blatney, and that'll bring up Seth Inocencio. He struck out looking his first time up. And with 1 out, that's a big strikeout for Blatney. You're looking for another strikeout or an infield pop-up here. There's a ground ball to Morissette. He's going to come home with it. Throw is offline, and the runner's safe. Well, a good throw. I think you got him there, but Morissette's throw brought Jenkins way up the third base line, and sliding safely was Grant Moore with the second run of the inning. Fielder's choice RBI for Inocencio. It's going to be 3-2, fielder's choice. Diermeyer goes to third on the play. Now you got runners in the corners, 1 out. Stepping in is the 8th batter in the lineup. Hunter Potts struck out swinging his first time up. Potts still looking for his first hit of the season as well. Snap throw over by Blatney. And Inocencio back before the tag. Curious to see if Coach Daly decides to get a little aggressive here. Be a little surprised. You might see something here. Hunter Potts playing in just his second game of the season as well. Here's the pitch. Called a strike, and it's 0-1. Well, you're at the 8th spot in the lineup. Squeeze is in order here. I'm not sure. Waves at a pitch way off the plate. 0-2. Well, Inocencio does not have a stolen base. Cedar Valley 8 for 9 coming into the doubleheader in steals as a club. 0-2 count. Another snap throw over. The score is 3-2 now. Cedar Valley has scored 2 in the inning. Castillo reached on a single to lead the inning off. Moore reached on a hit by pitch. Both of them have scored here in the 4th. Foul tip, just got a piece of it, and Jenkins couldn't quite squeeze it. Count will stay at 0-2. Well, you'd love to have double play ball here. Strikeout or a pop-up in the infield. Blatney, the pitch. High and away on the fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, I'm going to guess that we're going to see a few more pitchers for the Suns in this second game. We only saw 2 from both squads in game 1. Next pitch, a little ground ball to third. This is a foul ball, excuse me. Home plate umpire threw his hands up. As Heath Hood, boy, that was really close. From our angle, it looked like it might have stayed fair, but Mr. Umpire's got the best view of it, and he called it immediately, so everybody goes back. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Well, scrappy at bat here by Hunter Potts, who is still looking for his first hit of the season. Here's the next 1-2 delivery. Little looper right side, that's foul. And Potts somehow staying alive. Barely got a piece of that one. And you would think that, I don't know if you're going to start him here 1 and 2. Potts, limited action, does have 1 strikeout, actually 2 now in the season. There's another strikeout. Runner is going, throw to second. The run will come home. We're tied. And if they get, well, I don't know if it's going to matter now. The run down, they get the 3rd out, but the run scores. So Cedar Valley executes the double steal and ties the ball game. So I didn't notice that's a strikeout. 1 to 6 to 3 to 4. 1, 6, 3, 4. The inning is over, but the Suns put 3 on the board, and we're all tied as we head to the bottom half of inning number 4. You're watching Tyler Baseball on ApacheAthletics.com. Eight, 9 to 1 for the Apaches. This is Josh Jenkins. Look out, takes a big hack and loses his helmet. So it's 0-1 on Josh Jenkins. He got an infield single his first time up. He's 1 for 1. He scored a run back in the second inning. We're in the bottom of the 4th, and we're all tied at 3. Fights that one off right up the middle, base hit. So Josh Jenkins, nice ball game, 2 for 2. And that'll bring up the 9-hitter, Jacoby Bogue. He also singles last time up. So the bottom of the lineup being very productive here for the Apaches. A leadoff single by Jenkins, and now it's Bogue. Jacoby coming into this ball game. Well, why can't I find it? There it is. 250 on the year. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it off his foot, and it's 0-1. Jacoby, 4 of 16 on the season. He has scored 9 runs. He does have a homer and 3 RBI on the year. No balls and a strike. Well, the Apaches, 1 run in the first inning, 2 in the second. Neither team scored in the third, but a 3-run top of the fourth by the Cedar Valley Suns, and we're tied. Bogue waits on this pitch, hits it into left field, base hit. So 2 singles to left for Jacoby, and the Apaches return the favor here in getting their first 2 base runners aboard in their half of the fourth. That's going to bring up the top of the lineup. Jacob Johnson is due. 0 for 2 in this one. He was 0 for 3 in the opener. Johnson, .412 average on the season. Just hasn't had his timing down so far in this one. He's not made strong contact. I don't know, all day maybe. Pops up left center field, and this is Rogers drifting over into left center, catches it for out number 1. F8 if you're scoring at the house. Here's Eric Owen now for the 3rd time. Owen walked and scored in the first. Hit a ball right back to the pitcher in the second. Three is our score. Apache's trying to retake the lead, and time's called now. I don't know what Mr. Umpire, I'm not sure what the issue is here. Get his mask off. Well, we're back at baseball. 1 out, 2 aboard for Tyler. We're at the 2 spot in the Apache lineup. Johnson has just flown out to center. First pitch misses low. This is Jesus Frega, came on in the 3rd inning. He'll continue here in the 4th. Got plenty of activity down that Cedar Valley bullpen. A couple of guys getting loose. There's 1 guy tossing on the mound. Apache's 3-6-0. Cedar Valley 3-3-2. And now Owen gets sick of waiting, steps out. Frega comes set, the 1-0 pitch. Tell you what, Garcia doing a good job back there of keeping everything in front of him. It's making some of these blocks look pretty simple. That was not an easy play. That ball went way outside. And he doesn't make that play. The double play is lost, and you got 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. 2-0 is the count on Owen, the pitch. 3-0. Well, if Owen reaches, it would be Michael Morissette, who's 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. The hottest Apache hitter of the day. Morissette back in that 3 spot for Coach Wren. Here's the 3-0. Outside corner, called a strike. Well, Ed's down by the dugout. What's the scoop? Not sure what's going on now. Ed the stat man down by the Cedar Valley dugout. Here's the 3-1. Breaking pitch. Boy, little front door breaking ball there by Frega. And he kind of froze Eric Owen. Threw it right over the plate or inside part of the plate, and now it's a full count. 3-2, 1 out. Well, now if you're Coach Wren, do you start these runners? You might think about it. Keep you out of a double play. Frega comes set. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's low. So now they're loaded Owen draws the walk. And that's his second walk of the day. Just the second walk of the day for Cedar Valley pitching. And that's going to bring a visit. Did he make the move? I thought he pointed toward the bullpen. I don't know if the coach did, but the umpire did. Well, we might have an issue here. And this might be why the umpire was, we'll see how this progresses. They might have to make a change here. There's a new rule in college baseball. They're trying to keep the thing speeded up. And so these trips, Coach Daly might have to make a change right here. Well, Mr. Umpire, I guess not. He's going to walk back, and they aren't going to make. I thought he pointed toward the bullpen. There's a rule this year. They're trying to speed the game up, and the umpires are actually keeping track of. So when a catcher makes a visit to the mound, it's a visit. And so I don't know exactly the letter of the law there, but I know that the umpires are keeping track of those visits more and more, trying to keep this game moving along. So bases are loaded, 1 out. Here is Michael Morissette, 2 for 2. RBI double in the first, RBI single in the second. Bases loaded for Morissette. The pitch. Low, ball 1. Golden opportunity here for the Apaches to retake the lead. The Suns scored 3 runs in their half of the fourth. Apaches trying to come right back. We're tied at 3. A 1-0 count to Morissette. Line shot, center field, base hit. 1 run's going to score. The second run's going to be sent home. And it's 5-3 Apaches on the RBI single by Michael Morissette, his 3rd and 4th RBIs of the day. Boy, it's so nice to see Mike Morissette start to get locked in at home plate. We saw him do this last year, led the Apaches with 60-plus RBIs on the year. Signee to Miami of Ohio next year is Morissette. Here's Fiver Trimble. Yep, 5-3 is our score. First pitch to Fiver, swing and a miss. So you got runners at first and second now. Still only 1 out. 2 runs are in. The Apaches have reclaimed the lead, 5-3. Fiver is 0 for 2. Strikeout and a fly ball to center. Another fly ball to center. And this is an easy play for Billy Rogers. He'll squeeze it for out number 2. So that will bring up second baseman Seth Ballinger. Ballinger 0 for 1. Walked in the first, flew out to left in the third. Ballinger on the season. $11 out of 22 coming into this one. It's good for a 500 average. A double, 2 triples, 8 RBIs. He's seen action in the outfield and more recently here at second base. Left-handed utility player from Carthage, Texas. Takes the ball, it's 1-0. Right in the middle of that Apache lineup. Ballinger hits in the 5 spot. This is Fraga coming set, the pitch. Pretty good swing there, swings over a pitch. And it's 1-1. Apaches have 3 hits in the inning. All 3 were singles. Jenkins, Bogue, and then a 2-run single a moment ago by Michael Morissette. Here's the 1-1. Off the plate, 2-1. And that's going to get the bullpen moving down at for Cedar Valley. A couple of guys running down there. They've had a guy or 2 throwing. There's someone on the mound right now throwing, but he's still got his warm-ups on, so might be time to get him going for heat him up and get him hot. Here's the 2-1. Out in front, that ball got away. Pass ball is going to move the runners to second and third. So Morissette moves to second. Owen to third on the pass ball. Now, golden opportunity for the Apaches to extend a 5-3 lead. Going to need a good at-bat here from Seth Ballinger. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs and 2 aboard. Here's the pitch. Little tapper, a tough play up the middle. Inocencio throws to first and gets Ballinger by a half a step. Nicely done by the Cedar Valley second baseman. But the Apaches come right back. They put 2 on the board, and they reclaim the lead. The new score from Mike Carter as we head to the 5th is Apaches 5 and the Cedar Valley Suns 3. Top of the 5th, there's a drag bunt attempt, and he couldn't make contact. And that's Jamison Totten now with a 1-1 count. There's the 1-1 pitch is going to miss. This is Jacob Blatney now. 70 pitches after 4 complete innings. So not super efficient, but so far got a 5-3 lead. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're at the 9 spot in the Cedar Valley lineup. Jamison Totten struck out in his first at bat for Cedar Valley. Strike 3 called. He'll strike out for the second time. And for Blatney, 7 strikeouts through the first 4 1/3. Back to the top of the lineup we go. Chandler Boyd for the 3rd time. After a 2-for-3 opener, Boyd 0-for-2 here in this one. Pop up off to the right side, out of play. And boy, that just got over the fence outside the locker room. Got to be careful there. That's on the walkway. "5-3 Apaches." We're in the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Five, 7-0 for the Apaches. 3-3-2 for the Suns. Ground ball right back to Blatney. Flags it down, flips it over to Morissette. And there's 2 away. It's going to bring up Billy Rogers with 2 outs. Rogers 1-for-2. Base hit to right, line drive to short. At the 2 spot in the Cedar Valley lineup. Fastball outside corner. Strike 1. Blatney pitching with some purpose here in this inning. The 0-1. Pop up left side. This should be in play. Tough play for Owen, and nobody's getting there. Bogue and Owen kind of met right in front of each other, and both of them stopped. Well, you got to communicate there. That's a double. It's an ugly double, but it's a double. And with 2 outs, here's Jose Castillo. Well, that's a situation. The outfielder has priority. Owen has priority on that. But if Bogue called him off, I don't think anyone called that. That was the problem. And both of them at the last moment stopped. And that ball fell right between them. Looked like either one of them might have had a shot at it. Maybe Bogue a little easier than Owen. There's another shot to Owen, and he's going to run this one down for the final out of the inning. F7 if you're scoring at the house. And Jacob Blatney works through a scoreless 5th. We're halfway home, 5-3 Apaches. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field, bottom of inning number 5 here. Apaches lead at 5-3. It's 6, 7, and 8. This is Jason Ballou for the 3rd time tonight. Struck out twice so far. Fouls that one off to the right side. And we're no balls and 2 strikes. Ballou is just struggling to get ahead in the count every time he's up there. Struck out twice in the first game. Oh, boy. Tough pitch to take right there. Really close. New pitcher for Cedar Valley is Charles Bass. Bass takes over for Jesus Frega, right-handed sophomore from Garrison, Texas. Fouled straight back. Ballou stays alive. Charles Bass, 6'1", 200, right-handed sophomore from Garrison. And Bass 0-0 with a 4.50 ERA. Has just thrown 2 innings so far this season, 2 strikeouts and 2 walks for the sophomore from Garrison, Texas. 2-2 on Ballou. Boy, another close one. He takes it and gets the call. It's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Heath Hood would be next for the Apaches. Nobody on and nobody out. Bottom of 5. And he drew a walk. Nice at bat by Jason Ballou. First walk for Charles Bass. And the 3rd walk of the night of Apache hitters. That will bring up Heath Hood. Well, wonder if you might see a bunt here. We'll see if he squares around. Big hack, no bunt there. And it's 0-1. on the third baseman, Heath Hood. He has started both games. He's batted 7th in both games. 1 for 3 in the opener. He's 0 for 2 here. Oh, 1. Missed low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Heath Hood came into the doubleheader hitting .250. Checking that wristband, making sure he's got the sign. This is Bass now, out of the stretch. Little tapper, foul down the first base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's listed at 6'1". He looks bigger than that. .6'1" and 200. Right-handed sophomore. The 1-2 pitch, ground ball left side, gets through the hole, base hit. So Heath Hood gets his first hit in this ball game, his second hit of the day. A little bit of the seeing eye variety there. And that'll bring up the catcher, Josh Jenkins. Jenkins 2 for 2. Infield single, scored in the second. Base hit to center, scored in the fourth. 2 for 2 with a couple runs scored for Josh Jenkins. Apache's trying to add to a 5-3 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Still no bunt out. And now you might see a bunt. We'll see if Coach Wren decides to. Didn't show bunt there. Jenkins going to step out, get the numbers, check his wristband. And we'll see what's up. It's a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. And no bunt there either. Taking a healthy hack at that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two on, nobody out. The Apaches with a 2-run advantage. As Josh Jenkins at the plate. Now Bass steps off. 5-8-0 for the Apaches. 3-4-2 for the Suns from Cedar Valley College. That ball got away, and there's your bunt right there. Perfect. Now you can turn him loose with no reservation here. A wild pitch moves the runners. Ballou at third, Hood at second. Josh Jenkins, golden opportunity here. Ground ball to third. The runner's coming. Here's the play to the plate. And he's out by a mile. Oh, he missed him. I don't know about that. Really close. Ballou going on contact. It's a 5-2 assist for Totten at third. And here's Bogue now. Runners on the corners as Hood went to third base. Jenkins reaches on the fielder's choice. And here's the 9-hitter, Jacoby Bogue. He is also 2 for 2. Well, you got 5 hits in the last 3 spots in that lineup so far in this ball game for the Apaches. First pitch to Jacoby is in there, strike 1. Now Jenkins at first, Heath Hood at third. We saw the Cedar Valley Suns pull the old double steal with 2 outs. Are the Apaches going to try to do the same? Well, I guess we only got 1 out. We're at the 9 spot. Jacob Johnson waits on deck. You got a lot to pull from here in terms of offensive options. First and third, 1 out. The pitch. There goes the runner. The hit and run was on. That's what I was just thinking myself. You can hit and run, you can squeeze, you can safety. There's all kinds of stuff. Double steal. Coach Wren's got a treasure trove of options over there. He opted for the hit and run. Bogue made contact, but fouled it off. Now it's 1-2, not as many options here. Charles Bass from the stretch, the pitch. Runner going, called a strike. And Bogue is down for the second out. First strikeout for Bass. And the fourth strikeout of Apache batters here in the ball game. 2 outs in the inning, and here's Jacob Johnson. And boy, you sure would like to see this guy drive a couple in right here. I don't know if we've gone through a doubleheader without a hit for Johnson. That's what we got so far. He was 0 for 3 in 4 plate appearances in game 1. And he's 0 for 3 in this one. First pitch in there, strike 1. Here's the pitch. Boy, it's close to a balk. Quickly 0-2. Boy, it seems when you're not hitting the ball, you're always behind in the count. And that's where Jacob Johnson finds himself. He's going to have to battle right here. Oh, 2 with 2 outs. The pitch. Oh, it got away. It's a wild pitch. A run comes in, and Apaches get a freebie. Boy, that'll make your hair turn gray in that Cedar Valley dugout, I'll tell you that. Coach Daly took his hat off a moment ago and noticed he's losing some of that gray hair. We're tight. He can take that. Me and Coach Daly have a pretty long history. I appreciate when he comes over and plays the Apaches for sure. And foul ball by Johnson. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the Apaches add another run on the board here. It's now 6-3. Johnson goes down and fouls that one into the bleachers down the left field line. Charles Bass, a sophomore from Garrison, working here in the 5th. Here's the 1-2. Nice block. Hugo Garcia, really a good little receiver back there. Making those blocks look a lot easier than they really are. That would have been another run. Popped out of play. We'll do it again. Yeah, it's going to clear the Avalon. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jacob Johnson at the plate. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Off the plate. And it's full. Well, if Johnson should reach, it would be Eric Owen next. 0-0 for 1 with a couple of walks today. Jacob Johnson trying to get his first hit of the day. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on him, and that's the inning. Strikeout number 5 of Apache hitters. Second strikeout of the inning for Charles Bass. But he does give up 1 run on 1 Apache hit. We'll head to the 6th inning. Your new score from Mike Carter. Tyler 6, Cedar Valley 3. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. All right, the Apaches have gone to the bullpen for the first time here in Game 2. The new pitcher is right-handed sophomore from Orange, Texas, Little Cypress, Mauriceville, Mitchell Lee, 6'5" and 240. For Mitchell Lee, outing number 4 of the year, all out of the bullpen. He's 1-0 with a 2.57 ERA. 7 innings pitched for Lee, 10 strikeouts, 3 walks for the sophomore from Little Cypress, Mauriceville. Mitchell Lee. He'll take over for Jacob Blatney. Blatney threw 81 pitches, through 5 innings of work, gave up 3 runs on 4 hits. He struck out 7 batters in his 5 innings of work. Grant Moore will lead it off against Lee. Takes a strike. It's 0-1. And well, I guess it's 1-1. That ball looked right down the middle, but called the ball. Grant Moore 0 for 1. He got hit by a pitch and struck out. Fouled straight back to the right side here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of 6. 6-8-0 for Tyler. 3-4-2 for the Suns from Cedar Valley. Swing and a miss. Moore is a strikeout victim here in the 6th inning. First strikeout for Mitchell Lee. The 8th strikeout for Apache pitchers. And here's the left fielder, Isaiah Deermeyer. And actually, yeah, that's right. What's the umpire doing? Not sure why. What was that about? Mr. Umpire was talking to the batter. Lee going from the stretch, the pitch. Pretty good spot there. Called a ball. It's 1-0. I'm still curious as to why Mr. Umpire was talking to Deermeyer before this at bat. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball foul down the third base line. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Apache's trying to salvage a split here in the doubleheader. They lost game 1 4-2, dropping their overall record to 11-2. Cedar Valley 4-2 on the season. 1-1 pitch fouled off, back off to the right, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're at the 5 spot in the Cedar Valley lineup. Deermeyer flew out to center in the 2nd inning. RBI double in the 4th. Swing and a miss. Had him bailing on that one. Back-to-back strikeouts for Mitchell Lee. 9 strikeouts now of Cedar Valley Suns by Blatney and Lee. And stepping in now is Hugo Garcia, the catcher. He walked in the 2nd. Struck out looking in the 4th. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. Pretty good slider there by Lee. It's 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. Just a hair high. Consensus in the press box that it was a strike. Lee comes set, the 1-1. Outside corner, and it's 1-2. Next pitch is going to miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Ball got away, and boy, I didn't see it. Is it going to be a pass ball? Looked like it probably could have and maybe should have been caught by Jenkins. So it's a strikeout in a pass ball that allows Garcia to get to first base with 2 outs. And stepping in now is the second baseman, Seth Inocencio. Inocencio is 0 for 2. He does have an RBI. Last at bat. Swing and a miss. Good hack right there. Cannot make contact. And it's 0-1. 6-3 Apaches. We're in the top of the 6th. The Cedar Valley Suns trying to chip away at a 3-run deficit here. Here's the 0-1. And that's going to miss inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're at the 7 spot in the Cedar Valley lineup. Hunter Potts waits on deck. The 1-1. Misses inside. 2-1. Noted earlier that these are the last ball games for Cedar Valley before they enter Metro Conference play. 3-game series with Richland this week. Wednesday at Richland, and then Friday at Cedar Valley. And I think that Saturday's back at Richland. 2-1 pitch. Fouled off into the net. Apaches have quite a while before they play Coastal Bend. Not till April. A lot of time between now and then. Got a few guys banged up right now. We'll be playing a lot of baseball between now and then, that's for sure. 2-2 pitch coming. Fouled out of play, off to the left. We'll do it again. Well, tomorrow, we'll be out at Brook Hill High School calling Apache softball. Western Texas comes to town to play the Apache softballers who they took 4 from Odessa this weekend. Back-to-back doubleheader sweeps out at White House High School. And to relocate that series because of a tournament out at Brook Hill School. Another foul ball off to the left. That's headed over toward the Rose Garden. Carter Field is part of the Rose City Complex. Tyler Rose Garden, Harvey Convention Center, Rose Football Stadium, all here with Mike Carter Field. About a mile inside the West Loop. Good at bat going for Inocencio. The pitch. Ground ball to second. This should be it. Ballinger gobbles it, throws it. There's your inning. Well, Mitchell Lee does a nice job. No runs on the board. No hits, 1 man left. We head to the bottom of the 6th. The score remains Apaches 6, the Suns 3. All right, we got a new pitcher for the Suns. You headed out? All right, Andrew, good to see you, man. Always good to see former Apaches up in the press box. God bless you, man. It's former student trainer Andrew Hamilton making an appearance in the press box here. Mike Carter Field. Always good to see former Apaches come back to Tyler. Something about Mike Carter keeps drawing you back. New pitcher is William Bond. First pitch is a breaking pitch over the outside corner, strike one. William Bond, 6 foot 190, right-handed freshman from College Station. A&M Consolidated product. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Popped up. This is in play. Straight up. Who's going to take it? And nobody. It's a fair ball, and it's foul. You don't touch it. And Eric Owen was on his way to third. Well, I'm just telling you, my opinion on this play right here, that pitcher he's got to take control, man. I get so frustrated at pitchers that act like they can't catch a pop-up. There is no reason for pitchers to look around and get out of the way there. Because he had the best shot at that of anybody. And Mr. Bond immediately he ran out of the way. No ball, 1 strike count on Eric Owen. Boy, how crazy would that have been if he'd got a triple out of that, huh? He hit right out in front of the plate. Ground ball to third. This is Totten. Throws across, 1 out. Well, it was a towering pop-up, and, boy, you knew it was going to be one of those plays when you saw Bond run out of the picture. Because all the infielders were playing pretty deep, and they had a long run. And it's a very difficult play for Hugo Garcia behind the plate. So, fortunately for Mr. Bond, he gets the routine ground ball, and Owen is out. So here's Michael Morissette, 3 for 3, 4 RBIs, 2 singles and a double. So the Apaches have 6 runs. Morissette has driven in 4 of them. The 0-1. And Morissette will hold off. And he steps out. He was frustrated at the call. He thought it was low, I think. Couldn't believe it was called a strike, and now he's trying to gather himself a bit and ask for time. 0-2 is the count. Bond's got a sign to wind up in the pitch. And that ball's driven high and deep but foul down the right field line. Hits off that equipment shed. And we'll go back at it with an 0-2 count. The next pitch, line shot in the corner by the first baseman. Morissette looking for a second double, and he'll stay at second base. 4 for 4 for Mike Morissette. 2 doubles, 2 singles. Well, tell you what, that's the kind of hitter that Morissette can be. And we've been waiting all season for that to show up, and it's showing up in a big way here in this game. He has gradually got himself back on track after a very slow start. But what a game he's having now. 4 for 4, 4 RBIs, 2 doubles and 2 singles for Mike Morissette. Swing and a miss. Fiver Trimble behind 0-1. Fiver has flown out to center twice, struck out swinging once. Well, appreciate Andrew Hamilton stopping by the press box. Hung out for a couple innings. Ground ball to third. This is Totten for the second time this inning. Throw to third now. Morissette. And he got him. What a play by the defense for Cedar Valley. Fiver grounded out 5-3. And then Grant Moore threw a strike to the bag. Actually, it wasn't a strike, but Jamison Totten kind of applied the tag, diving back and tagging a sliding Mike Morissette. So that'll go 3-5. And the inning is over. Nicely done there by the Cedar Valley defense. So the Apaches with no runs in their half of the sixth inning will head to the seventh. It's almost time for the seventh inning stretch. 6-3 Apaches. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. Dr. John Groth with you as we head to the seventh inning. Hunter Potts, 8-9-1 for the Cedar Valley Suns. They're chasing a 3-run deficit, 6-3 Apaches. Potts has struck out twice. He's 0 for 2. Mitchell Lee is back on the mound for the Apaches. Outside corner called a strike. Well, we have seen 4 Cedar Valley pitchers. Jacob Blatney went 5 complete. Since then, it's been Mitchell Lee. Here's the 0-1. Tapper right back to Lee. He'll run it halfway to first and flip it underhand to Morissette for the first out. That'll bring up Jamison Totten. Totten has struck out twice here in the 9 spot. And he'll get his 3rd plate appearance of the night. Did not play in game 1. Cedar Valley won the opener 4-2. First pitch in there, 0-1. Top of the 7th. 6-3 Apaches. Swing and a miss. Tardy on the fastball. And it's 0-2. Apaches opened up the scoring in the first inning. Scored a single run. 2 in the second. 2 more in the fourth. 1 in the fifth. Ball off the plates. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cedar Valley tied the game at the moment with 3 runs in the top half of the fourth, but the Apaches were able to tally for 2 in their half of the fourth and 1 more in the fifth. The 1-2. Fastball misses high. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and I don't think, that did not hit the ground. So Totten is down for the 3rd time in the ball game. Fourth strikeout for Mitchell Lee. It's the 11th strikeout for Tyler pitching. Back to the top of the lineup we go. Chandler Boyd. First pitch, outside corner, strike 1. Fastball hits the outside corner. 0-2 on Boyd. Boyd's 0 for 4 in this one. He had a couple of hits in the opener, a couple of doubles. 0-2 pitch. Looping liner into right field. Fiver caught the ball. Nicely done by Fiver Trimble. Well, he dove headlong and kind of laid there for a minute and finally looked up, and Mr. Umpire put the right arm in the air, and that's the inning. So nice play out and right by Fiver Trimble ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. It's 7th inning stretch time at the ballpark, and I don't know where Take Me Out to the Ball game is. 6-3 Apaches. We'll let you listen to it at home. It's time to step it up and stretch it out. All right, there's some Take Me Out to the Ball game for you. 6-3 Apaches, bottom of 7. Ballinger, Ballou, and Hood scheduled to hit for Coach Wren and the Apaches. Trying to win their 12th game of the year. Way out in front, strike one. This is William Bond for his second inning of work here. Here's the 0-1. It's going to miss low. Seth Ballinger, 0 for 2 with a walk tonight here in Game 2. He's still looking for his first hit of the day. He was 0 for 2 in the opener. Has a walk in both ball games. Here's the 2-1. Full count on Ballinger here. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of 7. 6-3 Apaches. Line shot up the middle, base hit. And there's Seth Ballinger's first hit of the day. Right up the middle. Leadoff batter aboard. Jason Ballou now, 0 for 2 in this one. 0 for 4 on the day, so he's had a day just like Ballinger up to this point. Still looking for his first base hit in the doubleheader. First pitch, check swing, yes he did. Ballou, 4 strikeouts in the 2 ball games. You might see a little hit and run here. I know sometimes when I would have guys struggling to make contact consistently, sometimes force feeding that with the hit and run. Not a huge hit and run guy with nobody out. Here's the next pitch. Big hack by Jason, fouls it straight back. Ballou came into the ball game, 294 on the season. One of 5 Apaches with 11 RBI. Foul ball that bounced up off of Jason's leg. We'll do it again with a 1-2 count. Morissette now with 14 RBIs, and that's good for the club lead. And his average will go up. Started the day at 265. 4 for 4 in this one. He was 0 for 3 in the opener. Another big hack by Ballou fouls it off. Six, 9-0 for the Apaches. 3, 4-2 for the Cedar Valley Suns. Playing 9 tonight in the nightcap. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Boy, just missed. I couldn't have taken that with 2. Ballou gets the call. He's gotten a couple of pretty good pitches called balls. I think I'd stay with the off speed if I was Mr. Bond here. 2-2 pitch coming up. Time called. As William Bond taking too long to deliver that pitch. Bond, the freshman from A&M Consolidated down in College Station. Swing and a miss, throw way into center field. And stolen base for Ballinger as Ballou strikes out for the 3rd time in the ball game. It's going to be the first strikeout for Bond. Apaches have struck out now 6 times in the game as a club. Here's Heath Hood now. For the 4th time, he has flown out, popped up to second, struck out looking, and singled to left field. Ballinger at second, 1 out. The pitch. Line shot into left, and Ballinger's going to be held at 3rd. So it's a base hit for Heath Hood. Nicely done there. And that's his 2nd hit of the ball game. Ballinger advances over to 3rd base. Here's the catcher, Josh Jenkins, 2 for 3 on the night. So you got a 1st and 3rd situation here. Coach Wren, again, lots he can do. You can run and hit and run, straight steal. Squeeze, safety squeeze. Just all kinds of options here. With the runners on the corners and less than 2 outs. Everybody checking their wristbands here. Seeing if there's anything on. No balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bond comes set. The 1-1. Called a strike, 1-2. Well, now you might think about doing something with a 1-2 count here. You might start Hood at first. We'll see. Here's the pitch. No one moving. Ooh, pretty good pitch. Called a ball. Couldn't have taken that with 2. Jenkins gets the call. A couple of favorable 2-strike calls this inning for the Apaches at the plate. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to 3rd. 5, 4, and 3. Double play. Nicely turned by the Suns. Good job right there. That would be Totten to Inocencio to Moore. And that's just what the doctor ordered to get them out of any further trouble. So we'll head to the 8th inning. The lead remains a 3-run advantage for the Tyler Apaches. They lead at 6-3. Back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. All right, the new pitcher for the Apaches is Peyton Miller. Miller 6'1" and 170, right-hand sophomore from Bullard, Texas. Give you some numbers on Peyton here. For Peyton Miller, his 5th appearance of the season, he's 1-0 with a 0.00 ERA. 8 innings pitched for Miller, 13 strikeouts, 3 walks. Opposing batters hitting 115. Off the sophomore from Bullard, Peyton Miller. Miller will face the meat of the Cedar Valley lineup, 2, 3, and 4. Billy Rogers, Jose Castillo, Grant Moore. Apaches hold a 6-3 lead. They're trying to salvage a split here. Cedar Valley won the first game 4-2. We're headed to the top of inning number 8. So it's Miller now for the Apaches. And as we've seen in the past here, you're probably hoping to get 2 from Peyton Miller. Stepping in is the left-handed center fielder, Billy Rogers. 2 for 3 in this ball game. The only out he made was a line drive to Jacoby Bogue. Check swing. Yes, he did. Strike 1. Rogers was 0 for 3 in the opener, but he has hit the ball well here in the nightcap. Swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2 on Rogers. Apaches now with 10 hits. Little tapper foul toward the on-deck area for the Apaches. 6 runs on 10 hits for Tyler. Cedar Valley 3 runs on 4 hits. 0-2 is the count on Billy Rogers. Miller, hands in front of that face, drops those arms, brings him back in rhythm, and ball's fouled off, a fastball. And the count remains 0 balls, 2 strikes. Exactly 2 hours and 20 minutes into this one. The next 0-2 offering, that ball's driven to right field, but Fiver has room, backs up and drops it. That's an error. Fiver had backed up and was camped, and he just missed the ball. And he's frustrated at himself there, and Rogers is aboard with an E9, and he'll get to second. Well, an ominous start here to the 8th inning for the Apaches. Here's Jose Castillo. Josh Jenkins going out to talk to Miller, I'm sure, about the signs here with the runner at second. Well, back-to-back lefties, Rogers and Castillo. As Miller comes set. First pitch called a strike. Well, that time Castillo kind of looked back at the umpire. We've had some batters here in the late innings of this game question some balls and strikes. Morris said did it last half inning. Here's the 0-1. And that fastball got away from Miller, and it goes to the net. So it's a wild pitch. And over to third goes Billy Rogers. The Apaches have a 3-run lead, but if you're Cedar Valley, all you need to do here is try to chip away. Big hack. That ball's fouled over toward the Rose Garden, out of play. Count remains 0 balls and 2 strikes. Castillo's hit a couple balls hard today in this one. Little tapper to third. Runner's going to come home. Hood throws to first in the dirt. Morissette picks him up. Boy, Michael Morissette, couple times today, really flashing the leather, keeping the Apaches out of trouble. Heath Hood fielded that, but threw a worm burner over to first base, and Castillo is out. The run comes home, and it's now a 2-run advantage, 6-4 Apaches. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. One out, nobody aboard. Grant Moore 0 for 2. Misses inside. 2-0. Well, if you let Moore get on base, the tying run will come to the plate. The 2-0. Right down the middle. Fastball popping the leather. 2-1. Here's Miller's next pitch, misses high. 3-1. Well, you don't mind so much the base hits, but the freebies and the miscues are the things you don't like to see here. 3-1. Fly ball, right field. This is Fiver Trimble again. Similar play. This time holds on to it. And there's 2 outs in the inning. Well, you like to see somebody come back and make a play there, so it's good that Fiver held on to that one. 2 outs, nobody aboard. Here's Isaiah Diermeyer. First pitch misses low and inside, ball 1. We're at the 5 spot in the Cedar Valley lineup. Here's the 1-0. Boy, chased a high fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Diermeyer, an RBI double in the 4th. He scored a run, struck out, and flew out to center field. He was over 3 in the opener. Big hack right there. Again, it's 1-2. Diermeyer with a .455 average coming into the day. He's in a hole here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Boy, just missed on that one. Straight back. Yeah, it remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hugo Garcia, the catcher, waits on deck. One, 2. Fouled straight back. We'll do it again. Third base umpire hopping around out there trying to stay warm. Started the ball game with a temperature of 47 degrees. And let's see where we're at now. Well, we've dropped 1 degree, so it's 46 now. 1-2 pitch. Breaking pitch, called strike 3, and Miller gets out of the inning with no further damage, but the error in right field ends up costing the Apaches a run. And it's now 6-4 Tyler as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. 9-1-2 for the Apaches as we go to the bottom of inning number 8. Apaches trying to split the doubleheader. Cedar Valley won the opener 4-2, but the Apaches hold a 2-run advantage in this one, 6-4 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Jacoby Bogue leads it off. Swing and a miss, strike one. Bogue is 2 for 3 in this one. A couple of singles. Missed off the plate. We're even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside corner, 1-2. High pop-up, shallow left field. Diermeyer camped under it, makes the catch, 1 out. So 1 up and 1 down here in the 8th, and back to the top of the Apache lineup for the 5th time. Jacob Johnson steps in. 2 fly balls to center, reached on an error and scored in the 2nd inning, struck out swinging in the 5th. Jacob's still looking for his first hit of the doubleheader. First pitch in there, strike 1. Chases a breaking pitch in the dirt. Quickly 0-2. And we've said it on numerous occasions. These hitters struggle a bit. It seems like you're 0-1, 0-2 in a heartbeat. Line shot just foul. Hit that one on the nose. We're in the bottom of the 8th of a 6-4 game. Little looping fly ball, right field coming in on the run. Made the catch. And that's the other thing that happens when you're struggling. Guys make great plays on you. So it's an F9. Nice play out there by Castillo. Never a doubt, right? Got your designated hitter from game 1 out there in right field. He flags one down, sliding and making the catch. 2 outs in the inning for Eric Owen. Owen is 0 for 2 with 2 walks in this game. He's 0 for the day. 1-0 pitch. Misses off the plate, 2-0. So a couple of the leading Apache hitters so far haven't done much on the day. 2-0, 2 outs. Pop up right side, and that's going to get out of play. Apache pitching staff trying to keep them semi-entertained down there. Six, 10-0 for the Apaches. 4-4-2 for Cedar Valley. William Bond on the mound, the College Station product. Ground ball to short. And nicely done there. Ooh, it's going to be an error. Ball was hit well. And Chandler Boyd gloved it. It popped out of his glove. And as soon as Dr. Johnson says the Cedar Valley Suns are playing good defense, they boot a ball. And the Apaches have a runner aboard here in the 8th inning. Michael Morissette steps in. All he's done is gone 4 for 4 in this one. Can he keep it perfect? Runner going on the pitch, and Morissette fouls it off. Eric Owen reaches on the air. He's still hitless on the day. Well, we saw Chandler Boyd play second base in the opener. Coach Daly moved him over to short in the nightcap. The pitch. Morissette kind of, yeah, that's pretty close to the Avalon. These lefties I got to keep an eye on. Ball dangerously close. Think it cleared. I can see the tree that my car is parked under as I lean forward here, so I think I'm okay. Got a dent in my trunk right now from last year, so trying to avoid any more damage. 0-2 as Owen kind of does that hop, skip, and a jump lead off at first. 2 outs, an 0-2 count on Mike Morissette, 4 for 4 on the day. And Eric Owen definitely causing some distraction for William Bond. Bond, a freshman from College Station, came on in the 6th. The pitch. Throw down to second, and got him. Boy, bang, bang at second. I thought he might have got there. Really nice throw by Hugo Garcia. I'm not sure he got him, but he was called out. Pretty close at second. And the inning is over. So we'll go to the 9th inning. The Apaches hold on to a 2-run lead. Back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Six-4 Apaches. We go to the 9th inning. Michael Spinozzi on to try to get the save here. And right now, let's see here. This would be Blatney's win if he holds on. The Apaches hold this lead. Blatney would get the win. Salazar would take the loss. Well, yeah, Salazar would take the loss. Spinozzi is on for the Apaches. 6'1" and 195, right-handed sophomore from Southlake, Texas. Spinozzi, his 7th appearance of the year. He's 2-1 with a 1.86. 9 2/3 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, just 2 walks for the sophomore from Southlake, Texas, Michael Spinozzi. He'll face the bottom part of the Sun lineup. This is Hugo Garcia, the catcher. High, deep left field. Back and off the fence. Boy, first pitch swinging. Eric Owen made a good bid, but it went off the wall. And the Suns are in business. Hugo Garcia leads the inning off with a double to left. That ball was well hit. Off the bat on a different day or a different night, it might have had a chance, but they got the heavy air. And the air, if anything, is actually blowing in from left and left center. So you got a pinch runner now at second. And let's see who that pinch runner is. I think it's number 2, Ben Cross. Cross is the pinch runner at second base. And stepping in now is Seth Inocencio. Inocencio 0 for 3 on the day, struck out, grounded out twice. Does have an RBI in one of those ground outs. 1-0 to Inocencio. We're at the 7 spot in the Cedar Valley lineup. We're in the 9th inning. 6-4 is our score. Tying run at the plate. Swing and a miss. You might see some pinch hitters here. We'll see if Coach Daly hits for 8 or 9 in the 6 at-bats that 8 and 9 have played tonight. 5 strikeouts. So you do have number 6 in the on-deck circle. That is not Mr. Potts. So that is Brennan Arroyos. Going to be pinch hitter here next. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. So Arroyos is likely to be the pinch hitter. Oh, Coach Hunter's birthday today. Happy birthday to Coach Hunter. Coming up with all kinds of factoids up here. So Brennan Arroyo swinging a bat. He's an outfielder on the roster. He's out of Amarillo Randall High School. Arroyos is 0 for 3 on the year. Still looking for his first hit. 1-2 count, the pitch. Gets away from Jenkins. Runner goes to third, still no one out. Time called. It looks like Spinozzi might have crossed him up. Yeah, I don't think that hit in the dirt. He just missed it, but the way Jenkins ran out there, I think they got crossed up. So Jenkins, I don't know if he's mad or just communicating with some enthusiasm there. 2-2 is the count. Seth Inocencio at the plate. He represents the tying run. Nobody out here in the 9th. Apache's trying to hold on to a 6-4 lead. Off the plate. Ball 3. The last thing you want to do here is walk Inocencio. Put the tying run aboard with no one out. Got a pinch hitter on deck who doesn't have a hit yet this year. Ball 4. Well, there you go. First walk for Spinozzi. Apache pitchers have been really good. That's just the second walk all night in this game between the 4 pitchers. And this is Brennan Arroyo. And you got another pinch. No, you got Totten. Totten is swinging a bat as the 9 hitter, although he struck out 3 times, so a little surprised he's swinging the stick there, but we'll see. Nobody out, 2 on. Brennan Arroyos coming into the ball game was 0 for 3. This is just his second appearance of the season. The 1-0. Gets away. Here comes a run. Spinozzi's covering the plate, and he's out at the plate. Boy, I don't know about that. Really close, and the problem with that is that run, boy, I don't know. I guess it's maybe worth a chance, but you got to make sure on that. You can't run into outs when you're down by 2. And, boy, nice job by the catcher, Jenkins. And that's going to bring a visit from Coach Ruppenthal. He's going to go out and try to settle down Michael Spinozzi, who is a bit out of sorts right now. He and Jenkins can't get on the same page. And that looked like another pass. I don't know if it was a wild pitch. It looked like it. Apaches are fortunate to get an out, and if you're Cedar Valley, if I'm coaching third right there, I'm telling that guy he's got to score standing up because that run isn't meaningful. The guy at second, who would have been the tying run, is the meaningful run. I don't know. And that ball went all the way. Part of the problem with that play is that Ben Cross did not get a good jump at third. If he'd gotten a jump, he would have scored easily. but he delayed his run towards home plate, and that delay ended up costing the Cedar Valley Suns an out. If he had gone as soon as that ball got away from Josh Jenkins, he would have been easily safe, but because the ball didn't go fast back to the backstop, it kind of trickled back, and you got to tip your cap to Josh Jenkins. He hustled back there and threw a perfect strike, and Spinozzi did a good job of covering the plate. So the Apaches dodge a bullet there. They get an out, and they save a run. But the count is still 2-0 on Brennan Arroyo. Well, now you got the tying run at the plate. A moment ago, you had the tying run on the bases. That's one of the reasons you just got to make sure you score that run if you go. 2-0 pitch. Low, ball 3. And, boy, you got nobody tossing in the Apache bullpen, so Coach Ruppenthal and Coach Wren appear to be riding on the right arm of Michael Spinozzi no matter what. He has struggled to throw strikes. The 3-0. Ball 4, not close. 2 walks in a row for Spinozzi. And now you do have the tying run back aboard. Jamison Totten has struck out 3 times. Little surprised he's batting. Game's on the line. He represents the go-ahead run. A hot-hitting Chandler Boyd in the on-deck circle, so you may have an infield situation where you just don't have any options right now. Although you just had a pinch runner, the shortstop Ben Cross from game 1. So, I don't know, we'll see. Here's the first pitch. Misses high, ball 1. Spinozzi just has not been around the plate and just trying to find something that he can throw for a strike. 6-4 Apaches, 1 out in the 9th, 2 aboard. Well, might have got a gift there. That was low and away, called a strike. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 aboard, 6-4 Apaches. Cedar Valley trying to make a run here in the 9th. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Boy, a double play would end the ball game. Spinozzi comes set, the pitch. Swing and a miss. For Spinozzi, his first strikeout of the inning, the Apache pitching staff has struck out 13. And now you're down to your last out. Leadoff hitter Chandler Boyd steps in. He's 0 for 4. Had 2 doubles in the opener, so very capable hitter here. Extra bases would tie the game. Pretty good swing right there. Fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. Well, you like to see Spinozzi pumping a strike there early in the count. 2 outs, 2 aboard. Spinozzi trying to nail down a save here. As ugly as it might have been. Double walk, strikeout. 0-1 pitch, low, 1-1. Boy, the one thing in this inning that has saved the Apaches was that little late read by the pinch runner Ben Cross. He was thrown out at home plate. You take that off the book here, and the bases are loaded with 1 out. Spinozzi, 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Called a strike, 1-2. Two outs in the top of the ninth. The Apaches trying to split a doubleheader. They lost the first game 4-2. They hold a 6-4 lead. The Cedar Valley Suns down to their last strike. Time is called. We saw the Apaches in game one down to their last strike on 2 occasions. And a pinch hit by Nick Willoughby, double. Jacoby Bogue doubled down to the last strike. So let's see if Chandler Boyd, what he can do with a 1-2 count and 2 outs in the ninth. The pitch. Fouls it off. Boy, he's scrambling up there. That was a high fastball, and he just kind of Tommy-hawked his bat through the zone. You know, you got Billy Rogers on deck for Cedar Valley. Rogers, he's got 2 hits in this game. Probably would rather avoid having Rogers come to home plate here. He's also a left-handed batter. Spinozzi, a right-on-right matchup with Chandler Boyd. Has his sign. The 1-2. Off the plate, 2-2. Deuces are wild on the board. Top of the ninth. Cedar Valley hanging on by a thread here. Their leadoff hitter, Chandler Boyd, at the plate. Spinozzi has the sign. The 2-2. Line drive up the middle, caught by the second baseman, Seth Ballinger, and the Apaches find a way to split the doubleheader. L4 if you're scoring at the house, and the Apaches end up winning this one by a score of 6-4. Well, we'll pull this, try to pull the box score up for a moment here and wrap it up as the teams will shake hands. They opened the scoring back in the first inning. Morissette doubled in Eric Owen, and it was 1-0. 2 runs in the second inning. Another Morissette RBI single to right, and it was 3-0. It was 3-3 after a 3-run fourth inning by the Cedar Valley Suns, as they brought 6 batters to the plate and plated 3 runs to tie it. But the Apaches came right back with 2 more in the bottom half of inning number 4, and it was 5-3. It was 6-3 after 5. The Apaches put on a single run in that inning, and the Cedar Valley Suns notched a single run in the 8th, could not score any more. Your final line scores: Tyler Junior College, 6 runs on 11 hits, no errors. Cedar Valley, 4 runs on 5 hits. They commit 3 errors. Cedar Valley did not have a multi-hit player in this one. Castillo 1 for 4 with an RBI, and Diermeyer was 1 for 4 with an RBI. Inocencio was 0 for 4, but he also had an RBI for Cedar Valley. On the offensive side for the Apaches, only had 1 multi-hit guy in this game altogether. That would be Josh Jenkins, 2 for 4 on the day. Man, that's not right. That is not right. I don't know what's the problem with this box score. It sure is. I don't know. Kind of a weird thing. Mike Morissette, star of the game, man. I got to look at my own score sheet to get these things right. 4 for 4 for Mike Morissette. 2 doubles, 2 singles, 4 RBI for Morissette. And what a day for him, man. And he is, we've been waiting for this kind of ball game all season for Mike, and we couldn't have come at a better time as the Apaches salvage a split on the day. They lost the opener 4-2. The winning pitcher in this ball game will be Jacob Blatney. He'll go to 2-0. The loser will be Aaron Salazar. He'll go to 0-2 on the season. Spinozzi will get a save. And let's peek and see whether there might be. I think Spinozzi's got at least 1 save so far. Yeah, that's his 2nd save of the year. So save number 2 for Michael. The Apaches will take their record to 12-2 on the year. Cedar Valley will drop to 4-3 on the season. For the Cedar Valley Suns, They play Richland on Wednesday. That'll be their next game, and that'll be their first conference games of the year. They'll play Richland on Wednesday, and then again Friday, Saturday at Cedar Valley. For the Apaches, they will travel to Lufkin, Texas, taking on the Angelina Roadrunners on Monday, the 18th. That's a 5 o'clock start, single 9. We will not be broadcasting that ball game. They're at Bossier Parish. The Cavaliers come to Mike Carter on Wednesday. That's a noon start. We will broadcast those ball games. So be on the air about 11:45. And so that'll wrap things up. The Apaches and the Cedar Valley Suns split a doubleheader. A big thank you to head coach Robert Daly and our well wishes to the Suns as they travel back to Lancaster and the Metroplex as they start Metro Athletic Conference play. Thanks to he and his staff for putting Coach Wren on the schedule. And these two clubs, the only time they would meet again would be in the playoffs. Again, the playoff format this year, totally different than any year previous to this. It'll be 2 4-team double elimination tournaments, and then the 2 winners of those 4-team brackets will play off in a 3-game series at the end of this season. So that'll wrap things up from Mike Carter Field. This is Dr. John Groth. I appreciate you watching. Thanks for all the shout-outs on the YouTube live chat and on the Remind text system. Our next broadcast of Apache baseball will be Wednesday, doubleheader against Bossier. I will be on the air tomorrow for Apache softball down at Brook Hill in Bullard, Texas. So for the whole athletic department at Tyler Junior College, Chuck Smith, Kelsey Weeks, Sherry Hardwood, the whole gang back at WAG Gym. Dr. John Gross signing off. The Apaches and the Suns split a doubleheader 4-2 and 6-4 in the nightcap. So long, everybody.